small or large your involvement was over the last 70 years with this issue. There's a pathway, there's a door open. We don't know how long it'll stay open. But it's been a lot of work to get to this point. It's a very big breakthrough that there is this legal mechanism so that the constitutional government of the United States can get informed on this properly. What I'm doing is putting out a call, a request, and to appeal to people's patriotism. You know, my father was hand-to-hand combat on amphibious landing unit World War II and had pretty bad PTSD from that, although they didn't know what that was. You know, it's our patriotic duty to fix this problem, just from the point of view of the rule of law and civilization and the Constitution. Otherwise, what are we? We're a bunch of monkeys running around the jungle. We've already attempted that. And he also said something that was very spooky. He said, how do I take on a group that have technologies that can do circles around the best thing I know we have, a B-2 stealth? He says, that's the best thing I know to deploy. And I have found out, and I have now convinced there is, a secret organization that have technologies that can literally do circles around my B-2. And I said, yes. And he just said, it's point, set, match. He says, I don't even know how to take that on. And that is how that meeting ended. You know, wow. It was very grave. And I went, well, you know, there's a difference. Those projects are being run outside the law. And I said, you know, the law is only what you, and power is only what you use. If you don't use the law and if you don't use power, then you let sociopaths and criminals run amok. Secrecy surrounding UFOs is, and I'm quoting, a threat to the national security. He had seen how badly this had gone. Now, this is 61. This is now 62 years ago. So this is why, again, I make this appeal to, patriotic appeal, to everyone listening who've been involved in this in any small way, doesn't matter. But if you were directly had knowledge of a facility, an operation, a man-made device, an extraterrestrial device, reconnaissance, radar, whatever it is, please contact me at SiriusDisclosure.com, info@SIRIUSDisclosure.com.
I would like to cover quantum of thought. Mm-hmm. Even though it's very unrelated to what we're talking about, it's a fascinating topic, and I want to dive into that.
Well, this is another whole show, and it's cool. So I always tell people, sort of the entry-level technological discussion on this is energy generation propulsion. The real amazing information has to do with what quantum physicists call entangled universe. Einstein called it the spooky effect, where the same particle could be in two places at once because of what's called non-locality, where basically we think in terms of a straight line, point A to B in the universe or in space here. In reality, there's an aspect of the cosmos that is entangled, where every point in space and time is intimately connected to every other, but not at the speed of light or what have you, but instantly. It's a CIA document. We have people in every major news organization, it says it flat out, that are there to control, stop, alter stories at our request. It's like when Joe Rogan says, oh yes, I can talk you free speech. To make his deal with Spotify, the show I did with Joe Rogan, forcibly by the corporate entity, had to be taken out. It is not in the lineup. You have to find it elsewhere.